at exactly 11:59 p. Every person in a small town lost the ability to lie. Nobody knew why. And at first, nobody took it seriously. Do I look good in this dress? No. People laughed. Then the laughter stopped. A husband turned to his wife across the dinner table and said, "I stopped loving you 3 years ago." A politician stood at a podium and heard himself confess, "I never intended to keep a single promise." A boss called his best employee into his office and admitted, "You deserved that promotion. I just didn't like you." Friendships collapsed in minutes. Marriages ended before morning. The town tore itself open, and everything people had buried for years came flooding out at once. But there was one man who remained calm through all of it. A schoolteacher named Daniel. Quiet, steady, unbothered. Because Daniel had no secrets, he had lived, he believed, an honest life. Until his daughter found him sitting alone in the kitchen and asked him one question. "Dad, are you proud of me?" The room went silent. Daniel opened his mouth, and for the first time all day, nothing came out. Then the truth did. No. His daughter's face broke. "Why?" Daniel's voice dropped to almost nothing. "Because every time I look at you, I see your mother, and I have spent 5 years blaming myself for losing her." Silence stretched between them like something physical. Then his daughter crossed the room and held him, not out of forgiveness, not yet, but out of something older than forgiveness, recognition. "I miss her too, Dad." And Daniel, the man who thought he had nothing to hide, finally broke. Because the lie he had been living wasn't about anyone else. It was the one he told himself every single morning. That grief, if you stayed silent long enough, would eventually leave on its own. By morning, the town could lie again. Most people went straight back to it, but a few didn't. Not because the truth had been painless. It hadn't. But because they had felt, for one night, what it was like to be fully known. And they found, to their surprise, that they were still standing. The ancient Stoics believed that the examined life was the only life worth living. Not because honesty is comfortable, but because the alternative is a slow disappearance, a gradual hollowing out, one unspoken truth at a time. The clock is at 11:59. Who have you been lying to? The people around you, or the person you see every morning in the mirror? Because the conversation you are most afraid to have is almost always the one that sets you free.